No, this is not a spring chicken, as you can guess. Well, if I say that I'll fight for you in country first, you can just guess what today is. It's the day after, of course, John McCain's speech, acceptance speech at the RNC. But for now, we'll bring Oldecam on for comments on the headlines of today. And remember, fight for you. Yes, we'll fight for you. Yes, yes, yes. It's all but the vote coordinating Obama.
Yeah, I mean, it's you know, the people that support him said that pollen was a massive mistake for John McCain, and they expect him to drop her any day now to try to salvage his campaign.
McCain strikes out.
Yeah, that's, you know, they said that his speech was not, his speech wasn't something that anybody actually wanted to hear. Well, it was exactly what everybody wanted to hear. He didn't go along with the party regulars.
But more McCain's speech coming up. McCain to leave convention with $200 million.
So he did something right. I mean, Obama didn't leave with $200 million.
Oh yeah, that's that public financing thing, huh?
Well, this is they raised $200 million for the party raised $200 million for the presidential campaign, which is different than public financing. He has public financing plus the party. He has more money than does Obama to spend.
But I kept hearing that Obama had a lot more money than him to spend.
Yeah, he's raised more money. But the Republican National Committee has more money than the Democratic Committee does, by far.
Obama says GOP avoiding issues on voters' minds.
I've got the thing. McCain talked about all the issues. I mean, they said that he spent, I mean, you listen, Karl Rove said he devoted half his speech, actually, and half the paragraphs of his speech were devoted to the issues. He didn't really explain how he was going to fix them, other than the fact that he wasn't going to do the Obama approach, was to raise taxes and put business out of business.
That's right. And he said he'd keep taxes as low as possible.
That's right.
That's right. And actually, that's a good point, as low as possible. Hannah damage hinders UN aid efforts in Haiti.
Yeah, I mean, that I don't understand. Haiti is not a country. It's a little island, and they're having problems getting aid to people on an island.
Jesse Jackson hospitalized after suffering severe stomach pains.
Well, what he was a senior citizen. He ate something he shouldn't have ate. I mean, I love Spanish food. The hotter, the better. Oh, and Thai food. I love it when it's really hot. But Jesse Jackson and most seniors can't do that, though.
Asian markets tumble on disappointing U.S. retail jobs reports.
Well, yeah, jobs, 6.1 unemployment, but a lot of that has to do with people. The automobiles aren't selling. Merchants aren't building as much stuff, and houses aren't being built. That's basically where all that's at.
Record number of kids received full series of vaccinations in 2007.
Well, there's a record number of kids available. Next year, 2008, we'll have a record number, and the year after that, until the population growth stops, and it's not likely considering we've got so many illegal aliens.
Richard Branson to attempt transatlantic sailing feat and yacht.
I don't know what's so big about that. I mean, I've done it. I've been out there on a yacht all by myself, and I didn't consider it to be anything record-setting. I mean, I know Roy Disney has been out on his yacht all by himself.
So what's the feat?
I don't know. Maybe because it's the first English lord to do it.
Southeast braces. Yeah, that's what they think. Southeast braces for Hannah as Ike strengthens.
Yeah. Ike has now become a basically Ike is now a tropical storm, but Hannah is picking up steam.
Rice set to make history in Libya.
Well, she's going to go talk to Gaddafi. It's probably the first world leader that's went over, any world leader that's went over to Libya to speak to those people since they got off the terrorist list.
Wow. Broken man Abramoff gets 4 years in prison.
What's broken about him? The guy is still worth a fortune. He got off lightly and going to go to basically one of these country club jails for 4 years, and he'll get off with good behavior in a few months.
Pakistan lawmakers to choose Musharraf for replacement.
Yeah, it's got to be somebody that is heavily favored by the Taliban.
Detroit mayor pleads guilty in sex scandal, quits.
And he's already talking about running for public office again in 4 months. Yeah, you got to run for the same job he's resigning from, I bet, folks, with a special election.
David Spade is the father of Playboy Pinup's baby.
I know. That one, everybody. I mean, I've heard, I actually heard one of the comedians said, what was wrong with that woman?
It's like that movie, their sitcom, Just Shoot Me.
That's right.
Oh, as somebody else said, well, I did get drunk.
That's right.
Sources: Bush advised to delay troop cuts in Iraq.
Yeah, the troops are coming out. It doesn't make any difference what he's advised. They are coming out.
Army soldier suicide rate may set record again.
Well, okay. We'll put it this way: it is a volunteer army. If you're afraid of getting hurt, don't join the military.
Imagine that.
That's right. So they're killing themselves over the horrible things that they've done. Okay, only 1 out of every 10 soldiers ever goes to fight. So.
Greenspan: don't use Fed as a magical piggy bank.
Well, since that's what it's there for.
UPS driver surpasses 1 million miles in his truck.
I mean, if UPS is using trucks that got 1 million miles on them, no wonder they got problems.
I know. Can you imagine that?
Oh yeah, this is a good one. Goes along with this. FedEx is basically getting ready to drop Kinko's. It is now FedEx Office. Kinko's is losing so much money that they may soon divest themselves to the whole mess.
Wait a minute. FedEx
is no longer FedEx Kinko.
It's going to be FedEx Office?
FedEx Office. They wrote off $900 million in losses in the last quarter alone on it.
What'd they do? They took over Kinko's and then kicked them out?
They're basically going to, they may drop the whole Office thing. This is, because it's losing money.
Sarah Palin, queen of the nobodies.
Yeah, that's the Democrats out there. I mean, they are really sore losers.
Attacks praise stretched truth at GOP convention.
Yeah.
What do you expect?
They stretch the truth over in the Democratic convention. That's what they're there for. I mean, a speech never elected a person to the presidency. It never happens because everybody lies to their teeth. They're politicians.
The world's richest got even richer last year.
Okay. And that's not necessarily so, because all you got to do is to go up and down the street right next to us and you see all the for sale signs on the multi-million-dollar places that the people are losing. The rich are not making money unless they're in certain areas.
Maybe this is just the top tier.
Well, no, okay.
Of
no,
wealth.
The top tier, remember, you've got like the guy from Thailand is bounced to salt in Brunei.
Yeah.
So the top tier is only if you're like in oil and energy stuff where you're making money. Otherwise, people, if you're in retail, you're losing. If you're in housing, you're losing. So.
Why disasters are getting worse.
Well, because, okay, every disaster, depletes the system that is there to correct the disaster. So therefore, there is less available to go after the next one. And when they're coming at you in waves, I mean, that's why.
Palin, Democrats spreading misinformation and lies.
Well, yeah, I love this one. They blamed Palin this morning for this. They said if she was forthright and would give them the answers to the questions that they wanted to ask, that none of this would be happening. So it was all her fault.
Oil steady in Asia ahead of OPEC meeting.
Yeah, well, they know OPEC is going to cut the supply in order to try to raise the price, and what's going to happen is less people are going to travel even again.
Since Google owns YouTube, you'd think it could make its browser work well with that site in particular.
Yeah, that's this morning from one of the big people in the business. I reported on that problem with YouTube right off the bat.
With the Google Chrome. Oh.
It's the browser does not work well with YouTube.
99-cent store possibly being renamed?
Yeah, then it's going. The already litigation is infected, going to put in effect to make it change its name to 99 cents and possibly more. Well, because
it doesn't say 99 cents only. Because a lot of places that are
everything in the store is 99 cents, but they're trying to give you what it is. They've got these really big, beautiful stores they're putting up all over the place. Instead of buying old stores and putting things in, they're building these huge standalones. The merchandise they're putting in is actually going down in price. Fuel is going up, but the cost of being in businesses went up, so they're going to stick it to the customers.
Obama camp turns to Clinton to counter Palin.
Yeah, they're turning to a woman they said they didn't want, and they're wanting other women they didn't want on the ticket to go against Palin.
A Monty Bubbleism from the Mark Twain of the Animal Kingdom.
Sore losers never win, but they sure let people know that they were cheated.